moving on from that, because man, PW Insider last week, literally, we dropped the show last Friday, and then this news came out, and I was tight because I wanted to talk about it. But Pro Wrestling Insider reported that Mercedes Varnado, aka Sasha Banks, will be appearing at New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 17. This is huge. This is monumental. This is iconic. Um, I wanted to know what your impressions of Sasha Banks, Mercedes Monet, whatever you want to call her, about her possible appearance in New Japan's biggest event of the year, and what this means for her career. Is she going to be is she going to be a Japan girl full time? Is she going to go back to WWE? What do you think is happening? What's going on?
Obviously the news caught me off guard. Because Sasha is for two things. She is definitely yes for herself because she understands her self-worth and what like she brings to the table as a pro wrestler, especially as a black women's pro wrestler. But she's also here for wrestling in general. And anywhere she touches is going to become gold. Any the crop of like soil that she touches is going to just grow and flourish with Sasha Banks there. But one thing about Sasha is she's gonna go where the money goes. And I was reading reports about how she's only signed for like that date or maybe a couple dates because they allegedly didn't have the funds that she is requesting because she wants to get paid a hefty amount. From one report I saw with WWE, I mean, she want to get paid like Brock Lesnar. And when I checked Brock Lesnar's net worth, not net worth, his WWE salary, it was like $12 million or something as of 2022. And I think Sasha's net worth is 3 million when I checked, and then her salary from 2021 or 2022 was $240,000, which I thought was vastly underpaid for the amount of like stuff that she puts her body through and the bumps, putting people over, constantly being screwed over. I could see why she left. I honestly thought she was getting paid more, like at least 1 million. So that really threw me off that I saw that amount. Um, but going back to my original point, I love this for her. I know that she's for women and she's for pro wrestling. She definitely like respects Joshi wrestlers, but I always see her training with them, so it didn't throw me off too much that she went over there. But it's it goes to show you how big of a star is that she literally just been gone all these months and now she's popping up in Japan's WrestleMania equivalent, and she is going to be the star. And like the thing about Sasha is that she has such like a large dedicated fan base that's willing to go wherever she goes. Like the crew is the equivalent of the Barbs when it comes to Sasha. You know what I mean? Um and I don't think we ever seen this before when it came to any like female talent where like fans are in love so in love with a talent that no matter what they do, what business venture they go on, they're clocking it and they are here to support it. So, if anything, I feel like WWE probably got their ears up like a dog on high alert. Like, oh my God, we might be losing her if they like cut her the right check. Because not for nothing, there's a lot of people I know who don't watch New Japan because it's very much different than the format of WWE. But there's people who love Sasha so much, they're willing to tune into that and give them all those ratings and keep up just because it's not even so much about New Japan, it's about Sasha. But that's the thing, that's what they're thinking in Japan. Let's get the biggest star that's in WWE and going to be one of the biggest mainstream acts elsewhere. Because again, our girl's modeling, she got a CBD business and stuff like that. Like she doing everything. I don't even know what else she's doing. I just know she got a list going. Her resume is ever growing and ever extending.
Mm-hmm.
But she is the star power over there. So people are coming over thinking that I'm just gonna watch Mercedes, and you might just get a whole bunch of new fans that are just like, wow, like the rest of the show actually wasn't bad. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? I could watch some of this, or this might be better than WWE. If Sasha goes, then hell, I'ma go and I'm just get with this. There's so much risk that comes with this, and it's just mind-boggling to me that WWE, excuse me, someone's calling me, they need to not. Um, when it comes to whatchamacallit, when it comes to Sasha and WWE, it's just mind-boggling to me that she just wouldn't pay the woman wherever the hell she wanted because you guys have the money, y'all have the fun. I don't see why you wouldn't pay her at this point with literally what she's done in the empire she's built away from WWE. It's just mind-boggling because I mean, again, wherever she goes, like that company is going to blow up. And right now, it's the ball's really in anyone's park. I'm not sure who's responsible for all the signings. I'm not sure if this is solely a Triple H thing. I'm not sure if it's anything that's holding him back from saying yes to that 12 million ish salary that she was looking for. But it really is up in the air because she could go to New Japan, but New Japan's also in relations to AEW. You know, like they clearly communicate one another. She could just show up over there, put on a star-studded performance, and been in contact with Tony Khan the entire time. And she's just like, "Yeah, Sasha, I love this Mercedes Monet thing that you got going on. This is money. You know what I mean? Like, tell me what number and I'm gonna cut you the check because we know that Tony Khan got the bread. Like, we know
Yes.
he got the bread, you know. Like, it's really like a matter of like who's going to listen and give her what she wants. And I love this for her because I think I said this last week and this kind of shook the table, but I was saying that Sasha Banks' legacy is bigger than a Trish Stratus or what a AJ Lee did. And I say this mainly because like we never had like a woman come into so much power that wasn't meant to be in this much power. Like Trish Stratus,
Mm.
for example, I love her. I love her. I adore her. I adore her for everything she has done for women's wrestling. But when it comes to Trish Stratus, she was set up to be that girl regardless because we know that Vince has a certain type. He loved the way Sable looked. And when Sable's on the way out, Trish was kind of already there to fulfill that valet-ish eye candy position. And of course, Trish took it upon herself over time to fall in love with the business and learn the ropes and become this star that we know of today. And obviously, she has like lasting impressions on um other, on future talents, you know what I mean? AJ Lee wasn't meant to be important. She just became important because like, she had some presence about her that was just so gravitating, so likable, so just relatable that people naturally just fell in love with her and they had to
Mm.
book her the way they were booking her because I mean, like you can't the fans dictate the business. The fans ultimately like we kind of make a decision on how shit's going to go down for these wrestling shows. You know what I mean? Because if we don't like
Mhm.
something, we won't let you know. You know, we saw that we like AJ, and they booked AJ, and yeah, she did what she did when it came to the whole whatchamacallit, give divas a chance movement. You know what I mean? She took her platform, and in that short time frame that she was there in WWE, she did manage to create a big change to where, yeah, there was more focus being placed on divas and women in general and being taken seriously. So what they did in respect of their eras, I will definitely commend them for. I'm not saying that by any means that like they didn't do nothing for their era. With what they could have done in their eras with the restrictions they had, they definitely made impacts and they did pave the way for Sasha. But the thing about Sasha compared to the other two is that like if AJ Lee didn't leave and she actually continued wrestling, whether it was in another promotion or not, perhaps she would have had fans that followed. But the thing about Sasha is I never seen people so committed to someone to where they could leave and we're waiting like puppies at the door for her to come back. You know what I mean? It's like, where's Sasha? Where is Sasha? It's like, oh, she's doing CBD. Let me go ahead and follow this page. I don't give a I don't know nothing about it, but I'm gonna follow it just because I need to see what Sasha's doing. You know what I
Right.
mean? She went ahead and she did the New York Fashion Week. I saw men tapping into that. Men that don't even care about fashion tapping into that because it's Sasha Banks. We want to see what she's doing. You know what I mean? People heard she was making music, attempting to make music. They're over here investigating. When she tried to not post nothing on her social media for all these months or whatever, um, people were like trying to reverse search, trying to figure out her whereabouts. Like they love her, like they are obsessed with her, and that comes with the power of Sasha because she wasn't meant to be great. Out of the
Mm.
four horsewomen, you could tell that Vince wanted Charlotte at the top. He always wanted
Mhm.
Charlotte at the top. And he always booked Sasha to be beneath or to uh put over other talent that he wanted in the driver's seat, like Alexa or anyone that was that other equivalent. She wasn't meant to be that great. But the fans obviously connected with Sasha. We wouldn't give up on Sasha. And, it took her leaving and taking things upon herself for some changes to happen around here. Because again, one thing I love about Miss Sasha Banks is she's not just for herself, she's for pro wrestling. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? That's the biggest difference between her and this whole CM Punk hiatus thing. She left with a purpose. That when she's coming back because she's trying to elevate not only herself, but she's paving the way for black women as well.
Right.
Because again, she was not supposed to be at the top. She did not fit the criteria about what WWE likes in a top female talent. She did not fit that criteria at all whatsoever. But she has a presence that's so loud that could not be unheard. And now she's bigger than that company. And now you have three companies that are fighting for their lives, trying to get Sasha Banks in back into their corner because they know again wherever she goes they're losing a big chunk of fans. I know people that are hanging on by like their by like the skin of their teeth watching WWE because they're waiting for her to come back or they're waiting for Naomi to come back.
Mm-hmm.
That dedicated. We have not seen that with a female talent. She is just as big as like The Rock or John Cena, and it's like it's crazy. Like I'm mind boggled. I just it's like, yo, she's powerful. She's really powerful. So I'm sorry I go off on a whole tangent, y'all, but it's just like I love her. Like I love everything that she's really been doing. Like I never seen a woman really just like take a hold of her life in the direction of her career. And like literally everyone is like waiting to see what's her next move because I want to be invested. I want to be invested. I want to follow on the journey. Trish hasn't done that. AJ Lee hasn't done that. Her legacy really is untouchable for the females, and I love that because she really like had set the bar so high with this that it's making other people think. It's making other people think, and we won't get into the Mandy situation because she
Mm-hmm.
kind of inspired her to think that all right, I don't really need this. I really don't need this. I could take what I did here, you know what I mean, and make more of myself. I could be more than just this box that I'm in with WWE. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I
Mm-hmm.
went on that whole entire tangent. It's just, bruh, like, damn, Sasha Banks, damn.
Now you're good. I'm gonna say what I need to say quickly because we on time. But
I'm
here's what I
sorry.
will say about the whole Sasha Banks and Wrestle Kingdom 17. Number one can assume that she's probably going to be wrestling. One can assume that it's going to be for the IWGP World Women's Championship. One can assume she's going to have a match against Kyrie. One can assume that's
Mhm.
probably going to be the main event. If that happens, that means that she's going to be the first woman to main event Wrestle Kingdom 17, Wrestle Kingdom, and WrestleMania. That's huge. That's number
Wow.
one. Number two, WWE played with their food and now they're going to starve. Let's just call it how it is. If WWE signed Mercedes Varnado to a long-term deal with the figure that she wanted, they would have been in complete power and in complete control because obviously she would have operated under the name of Sasha Banks, under the name of whatever WWE wanted or whatever WWE IP that WWE has in control of. Now, it's all about Mercedes, which means that she can go to New Japan, she can go to Ring of Honor, she can go to AEW and do her wrestling thing, and whatever she builds over there is going to give her the leverage to probably ask for an even bigger bag if she goes back to WWE. It's been rumored and
Mm.
reported that Sasha Banks's one-time fee of appearing at Wrestle Kingdom 17 exceeds the fee that they paid Chris Jericho for a Wrestle Kingdom
Right.
appearance. They paid Chris Jericho 100 grand. So 100 grand for an appearance. Apparently, Sasha's number exceeded that. And the number's only going to go up as time goes on because Sasha's only going to become more valuable. So then there's that. I think that this is just a genius move, something that's going to shake the wrestling world once again if she actually pops up there and has a match and they do whatever needs to be done. Mercedes is just like, I think that Mercedes, like you said, I think her legacy is going to, when it's all said and done, surpass Trish Stratus and AJ Lee. I think that she's going to put herself
It already had.
this. I think that Sasha is going to go, if she has this match at Wrestle Kingdom 17. It's going to be undisputed that she's probably the best of the four horsewomen, and she's probably going to go down as the greatest women's wrestler of all time, because there is no women's wrestler who has had the resume, the run, and the power that Sasha Banks has had, from an in-ring perspective, from an on-mic perspective, from a wrestling company match perspective. And everybody is fair game. She has advocates in every company. She has stories that she can tell in every company. She can go to New Japan and do something with Kyrie. She can go to AEW and it could be a Saraya Sasha thing with a story already built in. You know what I'm saying? She can go to Ring of Honor. She can go up against Athena. There's so many avenues and directions that she can go in, and WWE really should have just cut the check. When it boils down to it, they really should have, whatever the number Sasha wanted, especially now because of the whole Mandy situation. It's just like, okay, so now where is your star power coming from? Charlotte is out. That means that Bianca's just going to have to carry the load. Bailey's just going to have to carry the load. And I know that that's a great, it's great to be a star. It's great to be out in front, but I know that that's going to have a time limit on it. And so you need to have another plan. But we're going to move on from that.